Hey folks, welcome to the channel.
Hello.
So this week, I am doing an experiment.
Ooh, an experiment.
No, well, it's kind of.
Well, yeah.
So when I was doing whatever it was I was doing last week, I have slept since then, so I can't remember what it was. But I said an offhand comment about maybe I should try all the different things in AquaCast and see how it takes. And a lot of people were like, "That sounds like a great idea."
Yep.
So Here I am. I did it. And all of them on the left. So I tried 10 things in total. I'm sure there's something I've missed out. I'm absolutely confident there's something I've missed out. But I racked my little brain. Yeah. And that's what my puny mind came up with.
Your puny mind.
So we've got Eco Pigment. I'm not reading them. Didn't stay on the screen long enough.
It was on for ages.
So in order to make it fair, what I do is I measure out my 100 grams of powder and 35 grams of unnatural water, as Lisa from Break the Mold Resin Art calls it.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
If you want to know, just ask her.
Yeah.
It's quite the thing, her trying to explain unnatural water.
Yes, it was. Yes. Anyway, moving on. So I made up the 100 grams and 35 grams of water, and I did it a few times. Now the reason I did it a few times is because you only get sort of a 15 to 20 minute optimum working time with AquaCast.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to be faffing, so I made small amounts multiple times with my little whisk.
With the world's smallest whisk.
It's not the world's smallest whisk. I broke my other whisk, and that became the world's smallest whisk.
You did. You were like, oh no.
I was devastated. I was genuinely... I actually felt a little bit sad. I've had that whisk since I started using AquaCast. And I was very sad.
Yeah.
It was a moment. I actually couldn't throw it away for a couple of days.
I'm surprised you didn't try, using my super glue.
I did. It didn't work.
Did it not?
No, it fell off. As soon as I went to stir, the handle came off again, and I thought, well, it's broke.
Wow.
So,
if my super glue doesn't work,
it's never going to work. So the first thing I tried was Kirk's acrylic paint.
Yeah.
And his face was a picture. Not a good picture. One of those kind of spooky, scary horror pictures that, like that sort of thing. Yeah, it was not good. So I started off with 3 drops. Now, what I'm trying to do throughout the whole very unscientific, very unempirical experiment is to try and get a sort of a similar amount of each additive into...
So the same amount of AquaCast and the
as near as damn it
same amount of added. Yeah.
So with the acrylic paint, I put the 3 drops in, give it a good stir, and I thought, well, this is going to be pointless, isn't it? So I added another 3. You can add up to 10% of another. The same with resin. You can add up to 10% of something else, and it will still cure absolutely fine. And you won't, certainly with AquaCast, you won't inhibit the quality of it. So I'm just using coaster molds. I am not filling them to the top, and don't despair, none of them will go to waste. I have a cunning plan.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you can't say cunning plan. You don't say cunning plan.
Why not?
Because you say schemey scheme.
That's only when I'm referencing you.
I'm not schemey scheme. Anyway, this is the acrylic paint. So I tap it out a little bit. I don't go mad on it because, I didn't have that kind of time. I had to rush this video out because you guys asked. You asked, we deliver.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Sometimes. Sometimes. When we remember.
Well, sometimes you ask for it and we do it, but we are so far ahead
Yes.
that it can take 3 or 4 weeks for it
For
actually
actually,
to
actually to
appear.
come out. But luckily, we had a holiday, so we are not 3 or 4 weeks ahead anymore.
Not yet.
We are a smidgen closer. For example, I have just finished making Saturday morning's video.
Yeah.
And today is Tuesday. No, today is Wednesday. Oh, my life. I don't know where the day's going. Anyway, this one here is
my
Kirk's
airbrush paint.
paint. Now, I wanted to use this because it's a... what do you call it?
This one's a water-based paint.
Yes, that's it. Water-based paint. And it's glow in the dark? Oh, it's not glow. No, it's fluorescent.
It's fluorescent, yeah.
Yeah. So it's fluorescent, not luminescent.
Yes, that one.
So I put that in, and I'm not going to lie, as I was pouring it out, I was not feeling confident that much was happening.
No?
So the next one that I'm doing is a pigment paste. Now this is just a bulk standard pigment paste. I think I got this one from Resin Supplies Den.
I think it was, because there was no label on it or anything.
Yeah. I was doing. I wanted to do an ocean thing quite a while ago, and if I'm honest, chickened out.
Why?
Because the wave bit looked quite challenging, and I was too much of a wuss. But I am absolutely going to have a go in August. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
But
you heard it here first.
Well, I'm going to do it, and if it doesn't turn out well, be it on your head. That's all I'm saying.
On my head?
Well, yeah.
Why on my head?
Well,
what have I done?
I don't know, but I promise you, I will find a way to make it your fault.
Okay.
Anyway, I put in 6. Obviously, I can't do drops of pigment paste, so I put in 6 little blobs that looked about the same size as the acrylic paint. Now, with pigment paste, pretty much all pigment pastes are about the same in their base properties. So they're oil...
Consistency?
No, not consistency, but oil-based.
Right, okay.
Pigment and all that kind of stuff. So they're all they're made up of the same thing. So if it doesn't take with this one, it's probably not going to take with anything else. Is my thought process.
Okay.
And then next, it turns out I have been wanting some acrylic inks for a while. Turns out I have some.
Ooh.
They were in the cupboard. He's put marbling paste, but it is actually acrylic ink.
It actually says on it marbling.
Yeah, but it is acrylic inks. They're acrylic inks.
Okay.
That you marble with.
Okay.
Anyway, so hence why I used it. And I was like, wow, I literally forgot I had that. That was hid in the back of a cupboard.
Hid?
Well, it wasn't hid.
I suspect it was more that you put it somewhere, forgot about it.
Yeah, I completely forgot I had it.
Or you knew about it, but you couldn't remember where you put it.
No, I completely forgot I had it.
Oh.
And it was only when I was sorting out, and I was like, wow. Forgot all about that. I was looking at some the other week.
Yeah.
Don't need to now.
No.
Got some. So, yeah, this is marbling paste. And again, for the purposes of consistency, I used greens on all of them. I felt better doing them in green, even though, I don't know. Anyway, next up, I thought, why not give chameleon flakes a go? I'm chucking everything else in.
It's an experiment.
Let's have a go with chameleon flakes. What happens if you put chameleon flakes into AquaCast? I mean, I suppose with hindsight, I could have actually just brushed a little bit onto the mould, couldn't I? Never thought of that.
You could do, but chameleon flakes are a pain.
They're such a mess.
I'm not
in love with them.
No, I'm not a fan of them.
No.
If I was going to brush it onto a mould, it would be
not my moulds.
I wouldn't use the chameleon flakes. I'd use the chameleon powder.
You wouldn't be allowed to use certain moulds because they're a nightmare to clean as well.
Yeah.
Truth be told, and because Kirk, let me let you into a little secret, people. Kirk never cleans his moulds.
I don't need to.
He never cleans his moulds.
I've got right.
And here's here's his process. He gets a mould. He gets his resin. He pours the stuff, and then he just leaves his desk. That's it.
It's a magic desk.
Anyway, next,
I'll tell you
next
what,
is mica
it's a
powder.
magic desk, right? I leave stuff on there, right, all dirty.
Yeah.
I go away, come back, it's spotless. I don't know what happens, but it's a magic desk.
Yeah. Yeah. Is anyone else feeling my pain? Do you have this? I mean, do you have this problem? Because
Do you have a magic desk or a magic table?
or are
it
you
works on a table as well.
Anyway, this is mica powder. So we're getting up to the sort of. We've gone in the order of how I've chosen. The order that I've chosen to do them is the order that I felt they would be successful. So, what I would also say
From least successful.
From least successful to what I felt would be more successful.
Right. Okay.
So, I put neons and the mica. I felt were about equal because they're both similar in their properties.
But
I thought this one would be quite dulled down, if that makes sense.
Okay, so to see whether the neon would actually still be neon-esque.
So, one thing that I would say is all eco resins, although they all have similar properties, they are different. So, for example, if you use Resincrete, that will not necessarily take pigment the same as AquaCast. So this will only what is on here is only for AquaCast.
Okay.
I know Jesmonite. I know that Claire from Claire's Crafty Corner did one for Jesmonite. I think Taz from Tasmalay Art is doing one for the Let's Resin Magic Pour. I'm not familiar with someone who's done one for Eco Pour, which is the Apex one. And off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone that's done one for Resincrete. So, but if somebody does, let me know and I'll make sure that I give it a shout out, because I think these sorts of videos can be quite interesting for some people, because resin it's not a cheap hobby.
No.
If you want a cheap hobby, I mean, saying that, even knitting and crochet and all that, we went into the range and I looked at the price of a ball of wool. I nearly collapsed. It was £5 for a thing of wool.
Wow.
I remember going to the shop for my nan and there'd be like 13 pence.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, is that the good old days?
In the good old days, they were 13
when
pennies.
the world was black and white.
When you could buy
halfpenny sweet.
When you could buy a Mars bar and a marathon for 5p.
Wow.
Sort of price. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. So that was Alcoholic that I just did. Sorry.
Next thing you'll be going, you kids don't know you're born.
Well, they do know they're born. They do. I don't envy them. But this is, I don't know now, because it might be resin dye, it might be Alcoholic.
Well, if only somebody.
That is Alcoholic. The one before was resin dye.
Yes.
So now, if you are BDI watching, I put 7 drops in this one.
You did.
And that was because
you was watching something.
I was watching I had something on and I don't know what it was. I can't remember, but it caught my attention and I was like, ooh, they're probably something shiny. Let's be honest. And I went, ooh, shiny. Ooh, 7. Oops. No one will know, but I thought, in the interest of transparency, I shall admit there are 7 alcohol drops. I don't think it's going to skew the results too much.
No.
Now, this one, I thought this is the proper eco resin pigment. Now I like to use Homeware Design I buy that from Etsy. Elichem do a range of resi tint. I've not used it as yet. I do intend to get some, but I haven't used it. I have used the only other proper eco resin pigment that I've used with AquaCast is the Resi tint that from J Diction. And I have got some. Do you think I could find it? No. I have organised our craft cave to within an inch of its life, but I can't find my Resi tint.
Are they with the googly eyes?
They are with... No, I know where the googly eyes are. Rude. The googly eyes have been safe for quite some time now.
Okay.
But I don't know. I've put them with some other alcohol inks somewhere.
You've not hidden with the dichroish film that I found.
What dichroish film? We don't have any dichroish film. Anyway, moving on. So with this one, I did put 6 drops into that tiny amount. And for the record, normally I would put in 3. If I was doing 100 grams, I'd put in 1 drop. So it's a super, super oversaturated colour. That
is,
one.
but it's
a good. I needed to do it for the comparison.
Yeah.
Excuse me. This is the acrylic paint. Now, I thought I was actually quite impressed with it because I thought that it would just get eaten up by the AquaCast, and it didn't. So that was quite good. Next is the Airbrush paint, which, to be quite honest with you,
I mean,
it was a complete.
It looks white there.
It literally just got swallowed up by, and there was no fluorescing at all. Nothing.
No.
Nothing at all. There is a tiny bit there where
it's unmixed, isn't
it? Yeah, I've obviously not mixed that one tiny little bit in properly, or all of the pigment from that airbrush paint just sat in the same place, just blobbed and sat in the same place.
The back did a little.
No, I don't think it
did.
did.
It wasn't. It's not as
I do not
vibrant
feel,
as it was if I was to airbrush it.
Do not feel that I would ever, in a million years, recommend somebody uses an airbrush paint with AquaCast.
No, especially not mine.
Anyway, next is the acrylic inks, which Kirk has listed as marbling paste, but it is actually acrylic ink.
It said marbling on the
I know, but it is acrylic ink.
Okay.
I thought, yeah, it's quite a muted... I mean, it has... The colour has taken. It is green, but for the amount... I personally like a really good, vibrant colour. So for the amount that I would have to use, really not worth it.
Yeah.
And again, not much on the paste, pigment paste. Next was the chameleon flakes. Now this was the one. This one surprised me quite a lot. I don't know if you can actually see very well, but you get like a bit of a mottled effect, and I thought that was quite interesting. So I'll come back to that, because what I'm going to do after I've gone through all of the results is I actually tape them and wax them and show you the difference. So, but this one is the mica powder, and I thought that was just perfect. That is all right. It's a lot more pastel than it would be if I put it into a thing of resin.
Yeah.
But it's what I would expect. It's beautiful. This is the one that really surprised me, because it didn't eat it up. No, it actually kept its brightness, its vividness. So I was really, really quite by that one.
Yeah.
That's me just getting rid of Kirk, because he just, every time I had something that he thought should glow, he gets that
Get the
torch.
UV pen, yeah.
He does, and he just I'll be sat there doing my thing, and then this torch will just come past me and down, and it's so freaky, honestly. So this is the resin dye, and again, it has taken a tiny, teeny weeny little bit. Not worth the effort, though, to be honest. For the amount I'd have to put in, not really worth it.
Yeah.
Again, you've got a hint of green in the alcohol ink, but it would be quite, I think the cost to use alcohol ink or resin dye would be quite
cost prohibitive.
it would what's the word I'm looking for, cost prohibitive. And obviously the eco resin is going to be the best because it's specifically designed for an eco resin.
Yeah.
So like I say, my plan at this point, because this is only sort of half the process, because anybody that's ever used an eco resin know that when you if you wax it, it brings out the colour a lot more. So I thought, how much more can I get the colour to come out with a little thingamajiggy of wax? So I took what I think is the worst one, which is the water-based.
Is that my airbrush
That's your
paint?
airbrush paint, yeah.
Right, okay.
So I then just got my Clark's stone and concrete wax,
Yep.
which is gorgeous.
It's
And
nice. Yeah, nice smell.
you just like it. You just like it because of the smell,
I
don't
do.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you notice, it does actually bring up a bit of a yellow. That's how much difference the
waxing of it.
the waxing of them make. And because I had the forethought to put some mica on, you can actually see how much difference it makes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is a bit of colour there. Still wouldn't use it. Still definitely would not use it. So, all I did at this point was I took the tape just to write on the bottom what it is, so that I can take a nice picture at the end.
Wow, look at you thinking forwards.
I know. Otherwise, I'd have been there going, I don't know what this one is.
And you've recorded everything as well.
I know. I felt, and everything was in shot as well.
I know.
I felt that I just exceeded my everything in this one. So, this one is the pigment paste. And you can see it. You get like this mottled effect, which I suppose if you were doing an eco resin lizard,
yeah, you could do, I suppose.
that might be an option. The one that surprised me was actually the chameleon flakes. Again, I feel that it's probably cost prohibitive. Prohibitive. I can't say
It's easy
it.
for you to say.
But what I did is I actually did I halved it and then I quartered it. And the bottom right, I actually sanded it. I got a little tiny bit of sandpaper and I just sanded it back a little bit.
So the bottom is sanded and...
The top, sanded and waxed, and the top is just waxed. And you actually get a bit of a texture feeling to it, which, is interesting.
Yeah.
But again, it's
not vibrant enough.
It's not vibrant enough, but it's also not. It's just too costly. There are other ways to get that kind of effect. The resin dye, again, very, very, very subtle. So if you wanted a really subtle effect, it might be that alcohol ink or resin dye is what you want to go with, because, with the best will in the world, even the tiniest drop of eco resin
is going to take really... Yeah.
It could still be a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So it might be that you want it that subtle, in which case, go for it. The acrylic paint, I thought, worked really, really well.
Now, this is the one that you started with because you thought this would be the least...
I thought acrylic paint would just literally get eaten up. But it didn't. It did really well. So I was pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
And I actually put acrylic paint equal with the acrylic ink, to be honest. I think they were about the same in result for me. So
okay.
If I had to choose which of the two I'd use, I'd probably go acrylic paint, just because of cost.
Yeah. I'm
very cost minded, aren't I?
I know.
Then it was the mica powder, which was not a surprise to me at all. AquaCast, one of the beauties of it is that it actually will pick up mica. And I will link a video, I don't know where it'll be, but it'll be somewhere, that shows you where I actually use mica and it gets picked up. And then my stunner was the neons, and how well it kept the sort of the brightness.
And how much it came up.
Yeah, it doesn't
After
really
you
show.
waxed it.
It doesn't show very well on camera, but it really does keep its fluorescent.
Yeah, no, I
thing.
took this away and put it in a dark room and tried the torch on it. It looked like if you were going to do like a moon, it would look really good as though like a glow in the dark moon.
That was the back of it, sweetie. That was the back, not the front.
Just
the front is what we're looking at. No, it was. Listen.
Yeah.
Stop interfering with my experiment. And then, of course, the eco pigment was just perfect.
Yeah.
Like I say, I couldn't find my resin Crete ones, but I have used them, and they're as
You'd
good.
get the same sort of
Yeah,
effect.
they are as good. The only reason I use Homeware Design is because I love her colours.
Yeah.
That's what drew me to the colours. So yeah, I was genuinely pretty surprised. So the bottom two I would not use. The water-based paint, the airbrush paint, I would not use. So those three, absolutely not. Never in a million years would I use those. The resin dye, alcohol ink, and paints. So the middle three, I would use them if depending on what I was making. So if I wanted something really subtle, I would.
Yeah.
And the top row, I'd use any time.
Yeah.
Definitely. So
Cool.
hopefully this has been informative and interesting.
Yeah.
And this is just like a little, run through of what
Just
they
so
all
you get a
look.
proper look.
Proper close-up look.
Yeah.
While I do my final spiel
Yeah.
of saying, if you're still with us at this point
Yeah.
and you're not asleep, if you've not fallen off the sofa and hurt something because it was so dull and boring,
No.
I'm very happy. Pleased about that. Very pleased. We always like it when there's no injuries during our videos,
Yeah.
don't we?
Oh yeah, it's always a good thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just noticed something shiny. That changes colour. Kirk's got a light on his desk and it actually changes colour. Does it always done that?
Yes.
How long have you had that?
That
Yeah.
a couple of months.
Okay. Never noticed it before. It's
So-
really cool.
So now you have learned that Nikki is distracted by shiny lights. Bright lights.
It's literally changing colour and I've never noticed it. Anyway, if you're still here at this point, we would like to thank you for hanging in there with us. And if you think you might enjoy our creative sort of chaos, please do feel free to hit that like button.
And while you're down there, why not give the subscribe a little tickle as well?
And if you already have, or you've decided to become one of our members, or you have watched our video all the way through, left us a like, left us a comment, anything basically.
Thank you very much.
So let us know in the comments if this was useful,
Yeah.
what you thought of it, and all that jazz.
What else would you like us to see us do as a comparison?
Apart from shut up. That would not, that's yeah, please
All
don't
that.
put that.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that we've had that light so long and I've never noticed that before.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to go away and
Stare at the
marvel
light.
at that.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Have a great couple of days.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye for now.